You ain't holding it close enough to your mouth.
It's
Put it to your
close.
mouth.
Look, it's
Step
my
up to the mic.
mouth is on it.
Nice.
Hello,
One,
can you
two.
hear me?
Satisfaction right there. You know what I mean?
I need practice.
Don't hold it
Testing,
there. Maybe hold
testing.
it down some.
Testing.
That's a little. That's
Testing. Can you hear me?
A little better.
Better? No? Hello?
He said yes. He said
Testing. Can you guys hear me?
It don't matter.
Yeah? Kind of, sort of? I don't know. All right, I'm going to ask a question. I want to talk about double standards. Why is it if a man is with 5, 6 women, he's the man, he's the king, it's all about him. But if a woman is with 5 or 6 men, then she's a whore. Why is that, fellas? Why?
That's just what it is.
Why?
Welcome to America. That's just
We
what it
had
is.
the
This a
same
man's
amount
world.
of partners that you had. Why are we now
let me
looked
explain.
down upon?
Let me give it to you straight up, no chasing, as my man Steve Harvey would say. This is the reality. And take it out of your own ball court, put it in terms of your children. You know, if your son tell you he dating, you kind of proud of him, you happy for him. If your daughter, you hold a certain reverence to woman.
Wow.
And as a woman, you're being entered. You know, so by the virtue of somebody coming inside of you, then that in itself is kind of sacred in itself. And men are generally set to procreate.
Right.
So by virtue of that, you deal with multiple partners. So that in itself is the reason why you are looked at as having, you know, a bravado, so to speak, if you're a male and you deal with multiple partners, and a woman is really set to deal with one individual. I don't know how. It's not fair, but that's what it is.
That's some bull. First of all, that is straight bull, okay? We living in 2010. Where are you at? That's 2011. What is you at? Or whatever.
If you
First of
a
all,
lot of guys, you're a hoe.
first of all, I ain't got to tell you how many partners I had. That's none of your damn business, first of all.
I know when I look at the cavern you're sitting on.
No, not at all. You don't know nothing. And there's a such thing as a man that's a hoe too. There are men that are whores too.
I agree.
And just because you conquering a bunch of women, that's not no bravado type of thing or whatever like that. Some things you need to bring some time to the table, the same thing that we bring to the table.
We're talking about perception though. We ain't
No,
talking about reality.
I understand
We're
that.
talking about what's
But my
perceived.
thing
If
is
a
that-
man has multiple partners, he is not perceived as a hoe. A
Yes, he
woman-
is.
Okay.
Yes, he is.
Don't nobody
Yeah, but it's not negative. See, it's a difference.
It's not negative.
It's not negative. A
Well-
man's not looked at as negative. If I had 10 model chicks, everybody gonna look at me as he's the man. He's that dude, right? A woman can have 10 model dudes and she's a whore.
No, a man
Society.
looks at it that way. We don't look at it that way. If I
women
see you
look
with,
at it that way.
Women
if
look
I
at it
see,
that
no,
way.
that's not true.
Oh no!
I don't look at it that way. I look at it if you got 10, if you got 10 women with you, I'm looking at you like you's a hoe and you give it up easy just like anybody else. I don't want no man that's running around giving his thing to everybody. Who wants that?
Yes, you
That
do.
doesn't make you a man.
Yes, you do. Yes,
That
you
does
do.
not make you a man.
Women historically date guys.
I beg
That's
to
not
differ that.
true.
Lots of women.
That's not true. For what?
Well, you know, to be honest with you, women are attracted to that power first and foremost.
That's not powerful.
But when a woman,
That's not
when
power.
a woman sees a lot of times when a woman see a dude with a lot of chicks, the mentality of the woman could be, let me see if I can break this fool down.
No,
let me
never.
see
Never.
Yep,
if I
that's
can
right.
get to him.
That's
And
right.
And I even
I
with
don't play
some,
those
I
games.
used to be that chick.
I don't
So
play- I don't play those
I talk about it because I used to be that woman that would go in the club and see a dude with another woman. We would catch our eyes and I'd be like, I'm about to break this fool down real quick, just to see if I could pull him. And at that point, I didn't even want him at that. I'm like, okay, you at this point now, I done already moved you from what you were doing, so I don't want you at that
No,
point.
that ain't
But
that
that's
ain't
when I
what it
was in
is.
my
That's
tw- that was
first
when
of
I was
all,
in my 20s.
first of all, you playing a game and you ain't trying to pull him. You disrespecting her
But see,
because
I
she's
care
with
about her.
somebody,
But who
and that's
can-
just
I-
blatant disrespect.
But when you're in your 20s, you ain't worried about that.
I
You
understand that.
You looking at, okay, I even talking to Rodney, we've had the conversation where women know he's married, but they come left and right.
Because they think he got some money. He broke. Trust me, he on BT. He ain't got no damn money. Please believe this. I'm putting it out there right now, okay? He broke with 6 kids. Y'all better
But it wouldn't
count.
be so many broken-hearted
Got no
women.
damn money,
It wouldn't
shit.
even be so many broken-hearted women if they really respected that. When you look about all the women that date these married men, it wouldn't be so much going on if it didn't matter. Women can be in the position where I see a dude, I don't care who he with, and they'll still come after him. Period. Point blank. They
Hey, but
do
the
it all
same
time.
thing, the
They
same
do
thing
it all the time.
applies to a man too, because when a man see a woman, a beautiful woman with another dude, he gonna look at her and be like, "Hey, I'm gonna see if I can't get her," which is totally disrespect to another man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that's how it is. Commonly, it's a bad situation for both sides, but women just got just as much right to go to go screw whoever they want to screw, and many guys they want to screw just as a man does. It's our perspective on how we put it that says that it's wrong or that is right. It's just the double standard that you said in the society that's put that in our head. It's embedded.
The question is, why is it like that? Well, I think that's a bigger question than this group can answer, but it's just what it is.
Right.
It is what it is. You think about your children. You have your son, and even women do this with their little boys. Look at little man. Let little man kiss little so-and-so in the mouth. You let your babies do that, but then your daughter you hold in reverence. You hold your daughters in reverence. My little girl, hold on, man. Hold on, young buck. I got to get my shotgun. You hear guys say, I got my daughters. I'm going to need my shotgun. So you treat your daughters and you treat the vagina is held in reverence.
I'm gonna tell you something that kind of changed my perspective. Is when I saw my kids being born,
Yes.
whether it was male or female. When I saw the kid actually coming out of the vagina, it gave me a total different respect on what it was. Because J-Mac was a Rolling Stone, but at the same time,
Oh, that's what he's trying to say? Is that what he's trying to say?
when my daughter was born, that changed my whole perspective on women, men, boys, girls, and it gave me okay, now I gotta worry about his thing. But with my son, I ain't gotta worry about nobody's thing but his.
I think it comes from it's just the way we were built as men and women. I mean, as men, we're taught to protect and provide for our women. So therefore, with our daughters, we gonna protect her from what? The hunters. I mean, we as men, that's what we're taught to do. We're taught to hunt. So naturally, I'm gonna teach my son how to hunt. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's just a situation where it is what it is. I mean, men have 50, 60 women back in the Bible. That's just how it is. That's how it's written.
But he was able to provide for those 50 women.
Most definitely. But you know what? I'm gonna say this, and I mean, it might sound weird, but when I read this, I was just kind of Googling today, messing around. We was talking about hens. We was talking about roosters. So they was talking about how roosters and hens mate. And it basically broke it down that when a rooster drops his sperm into a hen, she goes on about his business and he goes on to the next hen and drop off in her. It's just it's just a natural thing. Look at animals. Look at all the male animals. How many different female breeds they get to lay down with. Ain't nobody calling them no hoe.
Okay, come on now, Shawty. Come on. I think what the funny part about that is men will go around and sleep with these women, naming them as hoes, but the thing that kills me is y'all the ones that's doing it, but you don't want nobody else to do it to your own.
Oh, your daughter.
So you can go out and sleep with these women, and I got this one, that one, other, not realizing you're calling somebody else's daughter a hoe. You ain't, so how, what, but it doesn't
Your
matter
daughter
if
gonna
she's
be
grown.
wrong.
It doesn't matter if
I
she's
think-
grown or not. It's the fact that if you can say, I got 50, 60 women, that is 50, 60 somebody's daughters, but yet you want to give your daughter the ultimate
Can I
respect,
keep
but
it
give a
real?
doggone about somebody else's.
Most of the time,
So y'all are making these women hoes.
when we call a chick a hoe, we mad because she ain't giving us none.
You said chicks make herself a hoe?
Yeah, women
Why
make
even
themselves
sleep
hoes.
with her if she a hoe? What does that say about you?
Well, we don't know if she a hoe until we find out she a hoe.
Hey, hoes need love too now. Don't downplay the hoes. Somebody gotta love the hoes.
Because what happens is this. Y'all giving it away in your 20s and everything, and then by the time you get 40, you want to settle down with that special one, and you done gave it all away. So now we on the couch and stuff, watching ESPN flicking because you tired. Because you done gave it all away in your 20s and your 30s and stuff. Society has told you guys to conquer as many women as you wanted to, but you could have met that right one that you could have built something with. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. Then when you get old, you go scrambling and getting whatever, and not, I'm sure you have met that one before that you let get away.
And you know what? I met that one, and she was a hoe.
She wasn't the one then. Huh? She wasn't the one. If she was a hoe, that don't even make sense. You met the one and she was a hoe. She wasn't the one then. Shit, that don't even make sense what you just said.
Why you mad?
I'm not mad, babe.
You sure?
I'm positive, babe. You can't get me mad.
You sure?
You don't have the power to get me mad, babe. I'm talking
You sure
shit.
about
That's
that?
all I'm doing right now.
What I was, it's on now? Okay, what I was going to say when he was using reference to the Bible, I was just thinking about like back in the Bible days when all the men, they did have 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 wives. And then, you know, when a woman had 5, 6, 7 men, they called her a Jezebel. So we just traditionally took that character on. It ain't that it's good, it ain't that it's right, but it's just how it is. So, and then, you know, men always talk about, well, Abraham had 3 wives. David had 20 women. So somehow in their brain they think they can do the same thing. That's just how it is. That's just the way it is.
Well, I wanted to make a comment too because we really didn't talk about how women have to perpetrate sometimes because of that judgment thing. You know, when they like someone or they're feeling a man and they know the man's probably has his numerous women because he's who he is. The woman has to kind of downplay what she is because of the fact that society looks at us differently. Men approach me all the time, and I'm sure a lot of women get it, especially being in this area. And the thing is, we have to watch what we say, how we say it, and they put us on Front Street. You know, well, how many do you have? Well, I don't ask you how many you have. Why are you asking me how many I have? And my thing is, if we can just learn each other, then we won't have to worry about who you've been with, how many you had, how many I have. You know what I'm saying? What's a compliment?
When they say how many do you have?
Oh, that's a compliment? Explain that.
I mean, in so many words, he's telling you attractive. So don't get upset when you meet a guy out and he go, well, how many women do you have? Women say that to me, I'm gonna be like, thank you.
Why does that should not even be a subject of conversation?
But I'm just
Who cares how many men are? If you trying to holler at me, not the fools
but,
that I done been
and
with.
you know what? Still, at the end of the day, he's complimenting you. But it might be, it could be a situation that the brother's insecure. So he's trying to see how many he has to compete with.
I guess my question is, why even go to sex? You're approaching me.
No. She's not talking about, hold on, she's not talking about sex. She's saying if they're saying how many men do you have. When we say that, we not.
Been with me, slept with.
No, not necessarily.
Should a woman talking?
Huh?
Should a woman be honest about that question if a man asks her?
Never.
Honestly, I think it shouldn't even be a question. Like really, you should just leave it alone because.